My 2011 Mini Cooper S has been giving me a brake service reminder. I'm going to reset it now. It's come up there, 140 kilometers overdue. So if I go use this BC button here, go into info and then the service menu. So hold in the BC button here. Scrolling through, hold in the BC button to go into service. If you just hold in this BC button now, nothing will happen. It won't let you reset it. What you need to do is hold this button in here for 5 seconds to give you the reset option. I find that this menu times out after 5 seconds as well. So in order to do this, I'm going to hold in these both at the... That happens. You see how that timed out there? So when you go into info and the service info, I'm going to hold in both of these at the same time. The BC button and this 01 on the dial. Hold that in for 5 seconds. Now I'm going to press the BC button again. And it comes up reset. If you didn't, it just saves you from cycling through the menu again and again and again if you hold them both at once. You see the little clock going around? I'm saying reset and it should be done. It's not done. It's still saying 140 kilometers overdue. Why? If you go into info and then the not the service but just check info, I've got a couple of errors here. Hold in the BC button, it'll tell you the code. This was CCID, I think 071. Yeah, CCID 071. And do you see how quickly that timed out as well? It's such an annoying system. Basically, that error, if you Google it, it says brake pad sensor, and I'll show you what the issue is with that now. So, there's the brakes, and down here, see that white thing dangling? That there used to be my brake pad sensor, and I disconnected it. I think it's pretty difficult to remove them from the brake pads without damaging it, but luckily I didn't throw it away. So, this is the brake pad sensor, and all that it is two thin wires. You can see them just about in that gap there. Just very thin wires. They go up and they're connected to each other at the top. This goes into your brake pad, this little bit. When this wears out, it will break the connection between the two wires. It's very primitive, and all we're going to do is connect the two wires together, and the car will think that it's, you know, there's plenty of wear on the pads. It's stupid. So I'm going to just snip this off. I could put this whole thing back in the car and reset the light. However, I don't want it dangling around and everything, so I'm just going to put this back properly. So I've just snipped that off there, the shielding, and expose the two wires. I'm going to solder these together. These. There is. You can see there now. So through the bare metal. Okay, so if I just take off. You might be tempted just to twist them together, or to just use heat shrink to bind them together. But honestly, I find on this car, problems breed problems. So I just want to do it properly once and for all. Okay. All right, we're going to put it back in the car and see if it works. I hate this menu so much. 071, that's still there. That's interesting. I didn't want that to be there. Yeah, service info. Hold that. You want to reset this. Also, this is the thing. You see these dates, 2026. I did one the other day. that 2041, you can just stick in whatever date you want. So if I was doing my brakes again, I would have set this to 1,000,000 miles in the future, and then you would never have to deal with this. But I hate how quickly this menu times out. Set info, yes. Service info. Hold in both of these for 5 seconds, otherwise it times out and it goes out of this menu. Okay, now I'm going to hold in the BC button. Come up reset, yes. Little clock will go around, and I'm hoping, yay, 60,000. So it worked. So even though that other notification was there saying there's a problem with your brake pad sensor, it was clearly happy enough to let me reset that light. So honestly, these cars, I was warned before I bought it that they have problems after problem, and I've just gone over 200,000 kilometers, and you know, it's been an absolute roller coaster. I've never known a car need so much attention. Here's to 200,000 more though. I do love it. I absolutely love it. But my God, it's hard work.